4 signs you have a mind 99% of people can't understand. Most people aren't ready for a mind that sees through illusions. They aren't built to understand silence over chaos, discipline over pleasure, and control over comfort. And when you have that kind of mind, the world will either try to break you or worship you too late. Here are 4 signs that your mind doesn't belong to the 99%, because it was never built to fit in. 1. You are addicted to self-doubt because you know. Comfort is the real enemy. The average mind seeks escape. Yours, it seeks exposure. You don't avoid pain. You study it. You sit with it. You dissect it. You use it. Most people chase affirmations. You chase the uncomfortable truth. You know exactly when you're weak, when you're soft, when you're lying to yourself, and instead of running, you sharpen your edge on that pain. Daily. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is endurable, then endure it. If it is not, then stop complaining. That's it. That's the law." The few who understand this, they become monsters of resilience. Not loud, not reckless, but forged. And when others call you cold, detached, hard to read, what they really mean is, you're built to survive what would shatter them, because while most people are building a life to avoid suffering, you're building a soul that can carry it. 2. You say little, but you see everything. You watch how people speak when they want something. You watch how they change when they feel threatened. You watch how they treat the ones who can't give them anything. You don't respond impulsively because you're not interested in noise. You're interested in patterns, in truth that emerges over time. You speak only when your words can shift the ground. Everything else is restraint. Epictetus warned, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." And you took that as instruction, not metaphor. You've learned that true power isn't in how much you say, it's in how little they can read you. Because your silence is not emptiness, it's calculation, it's depth, it's a warning. And when people feel unsettled around you, it's because they sense it. You see more than you let on, and you're not afraid to walk away without a word. 3. You detach from praise, just as ruthlessly as you detach from insults. The average mind feeds off validation. It rises when admired and crumbles when ignored. But your mind is built on a different law. You understand that both praise and hate are chains if you let them define you. What they say about you, whether it's love or venom, tells you more about them than it ever does about you. Seneca wrote, "If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich." You've trained yourself not to flinch when insulted, but more importantly, you've trained yourself not to swell when applauded. Because true control isn't just about enduring attacks. It's about remaining unshaken when the world tries to seduce you with applause. Most people are owned by opinions, but you've killed that weakness. Now you move in silence, rooted in principle, not popularity, focused on growth, not glory. That's why they'll never fully understand your mind, because your power doesn't come from how they see you. It comes from the fact that you no longer care. 4. You welcome isolation, because you've learned. It's where real power is born. Most people run from being alone. They fill the silence with distractions, noise, attention, people, pleasure. But we've learned that the deepest work happens when no one's watching. You don't fear being alone. You fear wasting it, because you know this truth. Solitude is not loneliness, it's purification. In the quiet, the real battles happen. The war against your ego, the resistance to laziness, the temptation to become soft. The disciple of Zeno lived in obscurity, hauling water, writing in the dark, unknown to most. Yet his soul grew stronger than emperors. That's not an accident. That's a choice. The more time you've spent in silence, the more you've realized something terrifyingly powerful. You don't need the world. And once you've tasted that independence, you don't want it either. That kind of mind, that kind of solitude, terrifies the crowd, because a man who no longer needs them is a man they can't control. Stay awake, stay disciplined, and when doubt comes whispering, remember, the calm you feel now is the storm you've already survived. Subscribe if you're ready to master yourself and leave the old world behind.